Is your yard a mess? Does your landscaping need some TLC? If so, we've got some good news for you. Today's show is brought to you by More Property Services. More Property Services is a company that takes pride in what they do. Their services include, but are not limited to, weekly lawn mowing services. We know Connor hates mowing his lawn. Give him a call. Aerating and overseeding, spring and fall cleanups, mulch and rock installs, small tree and stump removal, and much more. Check out their Facebook page for more examples of the great work that they do. That's MOORE, More Property Services. Contact Clay and the guys anytime at 937-830-5524. More Property Services. Check them out. Let's get to the show. All right, here we go. Cavemen Media Podcast, episode number 96, closing in on 100. 100. We got to do something big for 100.
Big
1-0.
1-0. I mean.
We got to do like a Cavemen Media bash for episode 100. Something crazy.
Like a party?
Maybe. Why not?
Like an after dark?
Something. Maybe.
We're due
We
for
did
one.
that, we did that once or twice.
After Dark did not work out.
After Dark didn't go so well. It didn't make the air.
I was going to say, I never heard that episode.
So
did not.
After Dark,
Nobody
Wyatt
will.
is...
It was like 2 hours long.
You guys FaceTime me, and I think we restarted about 33 times.
Sounds like a winner.
Yeah, Wyatt, our After Dark episodes is everybody just gets trashed and we try to film an episode.
I think we tried to play poker that one.
Yeah.
You were playing
During
poker,
an
the phone was
episode, yeah.
falling over.
Yeah, it was bad. It
It's
was real
brutal.
bad.
Everybody was fighting.
Again, this is the Cavemen Media Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, wherever. Facebook at Cavemen Media. Big show today. You're going to notice a new face on the couch, and we're missing a couple faces as well. Jordan's not here. And who's that other guy?
Jake with the news?
Intern Jake. Intern Jake's not here, so no news with Jake today. But we do have a very special guest on the show today, rocking the mullet.
That's right, baby. What's up, everybody?
One of the funniest guys in the Dayton area, a super talented comedian, Wyatt Lutz, man. We appreciate you taking the time.
Hey, man, I really appreciate you guys having me on. This is a really dope thing, and I'm excited to get started
Absolutely. Let's start with something you talked about real quick before we started the show.
Okay, let's
This
grab
isn't
in.
your first round going on a podcast.
Nah, man, I've done a couple of them. I got ruined on them for a little bit, man. Like I was saying before we started, there was this young cat. He was I don't think he's really doing comedy right now, but he had, it's called The Most Disappointing Show on Earth, if that gives you an example.
I see why.
I get
And
it.
so I show up to this dude's dorm at Wright State, and I go. We literally have to walk through a pathway through all the trash and clutter in this dude's. And we record in his bedroom, and there's a bed behind us. And like fucking 20 minutes in, all of a sudden this girl just pops up out of the bed, half naked, and he's like, "Yeah, that's my girlfriend." And it's like, well, fucking thanks for telling me she's here.
Yeah,
I
we'll
just
cut
pissed
that
myself.
part.
Just scared the shit out of me. I got to go find this podcast.
I mean, this dude he dropped the N-bomb a
Oh
couple
my
times.
God.
He's whiter than me, too. I mean, and he had this little microphone necklace that he'd hold up to his mouth when he was telling a joke. But tried to say the N-word several times, and he told me that on air that if every cop was black, we wouldn't have any problem with police out there and shit.
Really?
And I just clammed up. I'm like, I ain't being a part of this sorcery. Hell no.
Podcast is
man.
this?
You're just looking around like when Mike Myers, when Kanye said that George Bush doesn't care about black people. You're just like,
I'd be looking around for the cameras like, am I getting pranked right now?
Is that Ashton Kutcher show? What's it called?
Punk.
Punk. Yeah, Punk.
But it got even weirder. I mean, I know it's already weird, but like, I don't mean to sound this like I'm making fun of anybody, but like he had his roommates there, and he was telling all of his roommates, like talking to him like they was his girlfriend, saying I love you and like I miss you. And they were all hugging. It was like a little mini cult they had going on in this dorm room. It was fucking crazy.
Was he trying to reel you in a little bit?
I think so, man. Like
Doing a little recruiting?
trying to give me hugs when I leave and
Kiss you on the cheek.
back it up.
You don't have to worry about that here.
No, yeah.
Well, Matt's a little funny, so.
Yeah, watch
Yeah,
out.
watch out
for
for
him.
that.
You're far enough away.
But take us back a little bit. How'd you get into the stand-up comedy game?
So, man, like all my life, I've always enjoyed making people laugh, and not in a bad way, but being the center of attention, you know. I've kind of, you know, like every other comedian, it's a common denominator. We all went through some fucked up shit in our life, you know. So the laughs and the smiles are there to kind of mask it. It's a beautiful thing. And I finally started, I grew up really like overweight all my life, and I finally took a look at my life and realized what I wanted to do with it. And I started getting in shape, and then finally signed up for that first open mic, and the rest is history, man. I was a little slow getting into it. I was doing like an open mic at Wiley's once a month, and then I started really getting into the every night a week, going out, you know, with the comics and being a comic and working out, you know, and really writing new material and practicing my art. And the experiences that it's already gave me in the 2.5 years, and the people I've met and the things I've already done, it's just, I couldn't ask for anything better, man. It's been a beautiful experience, and it's a prime example of just going after your dream and chasing it. And
Dude, you performed in front of Dave Chappelle.
I know, man. It was unreal.
Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
I got goosebumps right now just thinking about it. It's
I mean, you said 2.5 years, and look, I mean, that's a big
no
step
time.
right
Yeah,
there.
that's
No.
no time.
Like, a lot of these people don't realize it, or a lot of the guys here don't realize like how much work it actually is to get up there. I used to do open mics every now and again.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work. It's like, and like when you bomb, it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
And when you make just one person laugh, it's the greatest
Yeah.
feeling in the world. And like, and people like, and like a lot of people don't get that. So I found out about you when I was delivering packages for Amazon.
Shit, you're the one, the Amazon
Yeah.
driver my dad told me.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Is there a story there?
Story time.
So
You're the fucking Amazon guy.
No, my dad calls me like he's trying to fucking set me up with some dude. Like, hey, I just gave this Amazon driver your Facebook, was telling him all about you. I'm like, what, Dad? You trying to get him to fuck me or what? He's like, no,
Surprise.
man.
no, but like it was all your equipment for. I'm gonna plug you for your Sour Mugs
Yeah.
shows that you do every Wednesday in West Milton.
Yeah, it's
So-
every third Wednesday of the
Every
month.
third Wednesday?
Yep, it's a once a month thing.
Yeah, but like I'm just lugging these boxes up. I'm like, you guys have a show going on for like a church or something? He goes, no, my son does stand up, and I was like, okay, I'll check him out, and that's
Yeah, man.
That's
what
it from there.
It's made full
Hell
circle
yeah.
now. That's awesome. Hell yeah.
From the Amazon truck to the Cavemen Media casting couch.
right.
Hey,
Yeah.
shout out to Wyatt's dad.
Shout out to Wyatt's dad.
Hell yeah. Cheers to that.
no, that's why it was so funny to me when you made that joke about him for the
Yeah.
firework contest,
Yeah, yeah.
and like I'm like I could definitely see it.
Oh man.
Dude, Cody said
Him
casting
hate-
couch.
Yeah, him. Oh.
And then I look and we're like sitting on a black couch.
You guys didn't say anything, so I was like, oh, I guess they're cool with it.
Yeah, here you are talking about weird podcasts,
So you guys
not
can
even
make
knowing what you're here
$10,000
for.
to $20,000 a day.
All you have to do is sign right here.
That's what the camera's for.
2 angles.
But what was it like with Dave Chappelle? I don't know how much interaction you had with him, but what was he like?
Man, it's, I ain't even going to lie to you. I didn't get that much of an interaction with Dave, only a handful, but it was just so cool because how personable he was. Like, my very first interaction with him, I was just backstage, just kind of hanging out while the show was going on, and he was heading to his car. It was after the show was over, actually, and he was heading to his car out in the parking lot, and he just came up to me, man, just dapped me up and just said, "Have a good night, buddy. I hope you enjoyed it," and just said bye to everybody, man. And it was neat. And then
That's awesome.
That's badass.
me and this blew my mind, man. Me and my buddy that got me the gig out there, my buddy Eli Barr, we was standing out there talking with the film producer that he's like the Netflix director from Yellow Springs that Dave's hooked up with. That's made this new documentary coming out. And me and Eli was just talking to this dude in a circle, and then out of nowhere, here comes Dave. Just interrupts our conversation and just talking to the director dude, and he's like, "Hey, man, going to Africa for a few months. Kanye's going to be there. Stevie Wonder's going to be there. My whole family. You bring your whole family. We're going to go for a couple months. Everything's paid for."
Damn.
He's like, "We're going to finish up the podcast out there." Out of the fucking blue just comes up and hits this dude with that. "You want to go to Africa for free with your whole family and Stevie Wonder and Kanye West, my whole family."
Paid.
I mean,
like,
paid.
I gotta check my schedule, but I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I'll be there. Unreal, man. Unreal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that's
dude's like,
wild.
hey, babe, I know this is spur of the moment, but we're going to Africa.
Yeah, like what? And his
Drop
wife's
everything.
pregnant and like doing like
God.
3 months.
So you didn't have a lot of interaction with Dave, but
So-
you did with Donnell.
Yeah.
That's big in itself. Like
Right.
people don't like
Who's Donnell?
Donnell's
Donnell
Dave's
Rawlings.
best friend, the Ashy Larry from the Chappelle Show. The
Oh,
I'm rich,
Gotcha.
bitch.
Yeah.
So he's up there too when it comes to.
So the series of events with Donnell was pretty like just luck of the draw. I mean, like I met him out there. He wasn't there the first week that I worked out there, but the second week he came back and we just bullshitted just for first time meeting him out behind the show. And then the next day I'm at work delivering for FedEx and it said he started a new live video. So I clicked on it and I just commented and said, "You killed it last night, brother. You shut it down." And 5 seconds later, it says Donnell Rollins invites you to join their live.
Oh God.
And I was like, "Oh shit!"
Oh shit.
And I joined it, and we're talking, and
Like a FaceTime top
right,
thing, right?
right, in front of thousands of people. Me and him, it's just me and him talking.
That's
And-
awesome.
right? And he brought up I was a comedian and shit, and we talked and just talked about just the magic really that was going on out in the cornfield, and then. Later that night, I was just walking through the crowd just of people out there. I might want to go get something to eat, and this chick came up and was like, oh my God, you're the comedian that was on Instagram with Donnell today." And I was like, hell yeah. That's damn baby. Yeah. She's like, are you up tonight? I said, nah, I'm not. And I ended up seeing Donnell that night, and I was like, bro, you getting me clout out in the cornfield,
So do you listen to a lot of the podcasts about the other comedians talking about Yellow Springs?
Yeah,
and
yeah.
They talk about it like it's like
gold.
They talk about it like it's a magical place
Really?
and stuff like that. You have like that's one of the big questions I wanted to ask you. Like Bill Burr was on Rogan even talking about Yellow Springs
Yeah.
and just talking about how Young's Dairy is the best milkshake he's ever had and all this other
Bert-
stuff.
Attest to that.
Burt interrogated Bill when
Yeah.
he first came back from the
Yeah.
cornfield.
Yeah,
about
I
it.
seen that.
Bill-
Yeah,
Burt-
he flat
Burr
out.
wouldn't tell shit.
Yeah.
It was really exclusive for a long time. I started going last year just as a fan. I went to 4 of them last year, and until the prices got outrageous, I started going, and it was $75 or $100 a ticket, and then they went up to $200 a ticket, and then it went to $250 a ticket, and it's
Yeah,
I'm good on that,
I mean,
bro.
you and they're sold out within seconds.
right.
So
so the fact that I went from paying to go there to getting paid to be there and be
Wow.
backstage was just so surreal to me. You know
Absolutely.
what I mean? I was
That's
around my idols, my
Yeah.
absolute idols. I got to have a moment with Dane Cook out there. Dane Cook was one of my first
Dane.
comedy
Oh, he's
specials.
my
Love
favorite.
Dan
I
Cook.
love
He's
Dan
hilarious.
Cook.
And he was, I'm telling you, he was how you would imagine him. The way his energy in his movies and his stand-up, that's exactly how he treated me in person.
That's
Was
awesome.
just genuine as fuck. I told him, I was like, man, I really don't want to be bothering you right now. And he's like, Wyatt, if you were bothering me, I would have already walked away. You're cool, man. We were comics talking, and it was really
That's
dope.
badass.
Dudes being dudes. Hell yeah, man. You talk about that chick coming up to you. She recognized you. How many times do you tell people you're a comedian or they recognize you and they say, "Oh, you're a comedian? Tell me a joke." Do you get that all the time?
that's the worst.
I don't know how you would feel
worst.
about that, but that would piss me off.
It's literally the worst thing.
It
ever.
is, and people don't realize. I drove for Uber for a while, and when that would get brought up,
I got it written down because I saw that you're an Uber driver. I was like, so what was it like being an Uber? Did you just drive around telling jokes and getting tips all day?
Knock, knock.
Boy, I've had some stories going on. We might be a 3-hour podcast tonight.
Hey, let's go.
Hey, we're here for it.
We're here for it.
No, so one, I'll tell you guys off air. I don't want this one on there.
All right, I'm
But,
noting it.
I
I'll note
did
that down off
have
air.
this. Like I said, I'm not a judgmental person on who people love, like gays and nothing like that. I don't discriminate by any means, but I had this gay guy hit on me hardcore one night in Uber and made me feel really uncomfortable. I understood the Me Too moment after this. This dude got in my car and was clearly fucked up, and he got in my back seat. Thank God. Okay. And he starts just talking to me, and he's talking about, he made it clear he had a boyfriend and was saying how they were fighting and shit. And he's like, I said, how long you guys been together? And he's like, 14 years, and I'm over it tonight. I'm like, yeah, man, relationships can be hard. I said, I got out of a 5-year one just recently, and it queued him up, and he's like, oh, was it boy or boy and girl? And I was like, it was definitely boy and girl. Homie, don't play that shit, buddy. And he said, he's like, so where are you from? And I said, this little country town called West Milton. And he's like, you're a country boy. You're way too cute for all that. And I said, what? And he's like, nothing, man. He starts talking about he had a Range Rover and a Benz at his house and was like, you want to check him out when we get there? And I was probably not. Like, you're already making this awkward, man. And so we get to the dude's house, long story short, we get there, and he starts really killing time getting out of my back seat and reaches up and grabs and rubs my shoulder. And he's like, it was really good meeting you tonight, Wyatt. And I'm like, thanks, man. Have a good night. Like, kind of like, get the fuck out of my car.
Right, yeah.
And this dude starts crawling out of my car, no underwear on, half his ass is hanging out of his pants. And then he leans back in and he's like, hey, my name's such and such. If you ever want to have a fling, look me up on Facebook. I was like, I will not be doing that.
I will not find you
not.
on Facebook.
And it was just so weird, man. I felt so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Then I had first ride of my night one night, 3 dudes over 65 puke in my car. The first ride.
Jeez.
And then I dropped them off at Hooters. I picked them up at TJ Chumps and took them to Hooters, and they scooped the puke out of my car. And then
don't they
tipped me
have to pay like
$40.
a fee or
It's like
something?
$200, ain't it?
Yeah. They tipped me like $40, and I'm like, no. Like, I reported it, and they credited me like $80. It wasn't nothing crazy, but
Jiminy Christmas.
Yeah,
My one
dude.
friend got one for like $350.
damn.
I can't imagine, because Cody can vouch too. Anytime we ever get an Uber, we are the most shit-faced we could possibly be. Like, and sometimes we don't even get an Uber when we're that shit-faced. So
I would say the ride home in an Uber, like at the end of the night, was the weirdest thing, because you're just sitting in the back, you're spinning, you're like, you're here, and you're like, fuck, I gotta get out.
It can be one of the best things and one of the worst things. If you're like a good drunk and you're like your driver's cool, it's a good time.
Right.
But if your driver's not cool or you're just a little too drunk, it's not fun.
I picked these people up. I got a picture of it somewhere. I'll show you afterwards. I picked this group of people up from this like Socrates ball or some weird shit in Dayton, but this chick had a fucking bird cage on her head. Like literally a pink bird cage sitting on her shoulder.
With a bird in it or no
A
bird?
fake bird. But she was in my car, like, with a bird cage on her head.
Just like it's normal.
And some
I'd be like,
some
hey,
dude,
if that thing shits, you're cleaning it up.
yeah. It was like a costume party, and this one dude had like a house built out of like playing cards, like representing like the House of Cards show or some
Yeah.
shit. It was weird, man. People are really weird.
You talked about meeting Dave Chappelle, obviously. I saw a picture on your IG that you met Kid Rock.
Yeah.
How did that come
wow.
about?
He was wild, man. He was out at Dave's. Dave didn't invite him.
He just kind of showed up.
Donnell invited him. And honestly, Friday night before Kid Rock got there, Dave was talking shit about him coming out there and stuff. But he was cool. He came out and went on the river like cabrewing with him the whole day before the show. And when he got out there, he was one of the only like celebrities out there that actually went to the VIP area, like where normal people was, just had his bodyguards out there and watched the whole show. And then he came up afterwards and was just hammered drunk, man.
It's Kid Rock.
Yeah,
What do you
it was sweet,
expect?
but he started hitting like the scratch board and shit with the DJ and was doing it behind his back, and it was dope. And then he got up and he played guitar with a beer bottle, and this dude he's one of Dave's best friends. He's Prince, the old artist that passed away. It was his harmonica player in his big band, and this dude was out there, and they did like a bluesy southern rock thing back and forth, and it was dope. I mean, it was
that'd be
so
tight.
cool.
That'd be
That's
cool.
crazy.
Bill Murray was there.
What?
He didn't.
Fuck
he
Kid
didn't
Rock, Bill Murray?
Bill Murray?
Yeah,
That's
Bill-
tight.
He didn't do anything. I didn't understand it, man. He literally sat on stage by other like normal guests and watched the whole show, and then Chappelle brought him up at the end And he grabbed a mic like he was going to say something, and he just waved and stood there and smiled and did not say a word.
Now,
I went up and fist bumped him.
Do you hear
and-
all these stories about Bill Murray, like that you
Yeah.
see on like Reddit, that like he like goes up to people and does like the most weird shit?
There's
and
a
then he's
Netflix
like,
show about it.
Yeah, and then he's like, nobody's gonna believe you.
Yeah, he stole a fry off someome's plate in a restaurant.
Just for
looked
fun.
at-
Just
yeah.
for fun.
He just
Dipped
said no one will
dipped it
ever
in his
believe you.
ketchup and everything, and he said nobody's ever gonna believe you.
he went to some little dive bar and went behind the bar and started being the bartender, and whatever somebody ordered, they didn't get that. They got a shot of tequila. That's just like no matter what they ordered.
All right, here you go.
Jeez. Something that I thought was really funny because Zach had introduced us to you. We went to your show a couple weeks ago. It was
yeah,
awesome.
and I really appreciate that, guys.
That was
Oh, by the way,
Let's talk about let's
Yeah.
go back to that.
who ended up winning that? Because we came on Friday.
We came Friday, and then the
Yeah.
finals was Sunday. I
Yeah.
think.
It was some guy from Cleveland. I mean, I felt like an asshole because I thought the dude was just going to bomb. Like, he didn't look like nobody.
Was he with you on Friday, or was he a different?
I think he was, but I don't think he was on my show. I think
'cause
he
it
was on the show
7:30
before.
to 9,
Yeah,
and we were at 9.
but this
Gotcha.
dude, he got on the finals. He got the spot, and none of us wanted. He got the first one up, and he fucking won.
Damn.
Wow.
But every joke that he told, he got a laugh, and it was
Yeah.
crazy.
See, I'd be scared to go first because I feel like people would forget about me.
That's
Especially
the hardest spot of comedy. Hosting comedy sucks.
To explain
But it
to
gets
the
you good.
listeners, it was so when we went. Well, they called it. What was it called? The event?
Fireworks
Fireworks.
competition. Yeah.
So you get a ballot. You walk into the place. You get seated
Comedy
at your
club.
seat. Comedy club. You get seated. They give you a ballot with I think it was like 12 names, and we voted for 5. I think that night.
Three.
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 It was only 3.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
only 3.
Damn.
The person you
There
came
was
to
a
see,
tie.
and then the top.
Oh,
two
there was a tie
funniest
that
or
night.
whatever.
Right. So you vote for your top 3, and like you said, like if you go first, like by the 12th person, you're forgot about.
Exactly.
Like that is tough.
Exactly.
You
That's
really
why
gotta.
I put a star next to all the people I like.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I rated them 1 through 10 after
Okay,
each
that's a
one.
bit much. I just put a star.
Hey, I was, I was
we
trying to
blindly
take it
all
serious.
went in on you. We're like, we've only seen. the
Yeah,
YouTube
so we
clip.
sat down and I was like, all right, we're here for Wyatt. I'm marking down Wyatt, and I'll pick 2 more. But you lived up to it, dude. You crushed it. That
I
shit-
appreciate that,
you
man.
could tell-
I had fun.
You could tell that you and then the others that went on to the next round, you're just on a different level. No disrespect to the other guys, but like you
Yeah.
just
Oh yeah, I know what
you
you're
just
saying.
I
crushed
just
it.
felt
When you got
like
up there,
you were comfortable with it. Yeah, and then
See,
you're
that's been a compliment I've been getting a lot lately, and it's made me feel great because that was something I was really working on for a while. Was my confidence. My first time doing comedy. I wasn't as scared as I thought I was going to be. The nerves all the way up to I stepped foot on that stage. As soon as I put my foot on that stage, everything washed away.
Yep.
Because it's that moment. Do you make yourself look like a bitch and you're scared? Or do you do the very best that you can and just have fun?
Yeah, that's
Right.
my issue whenever
That's
I go to
exactly-
an open mic. Like, I'm just like, man, like I don't smoke anymore, but I was up there smoking like a pack and
Yeah.
just like
Like a pack.
yeah, like I smoked like a pack in like
in
5 minutes.
3
like-
minutes.
No, but like I'm just saying though, that 5 minutes, like especially like if you bomb that first like joke,
Yeah.
that
That's
5
a-
minutes is a lifetime.
Yeah.
It's like an NBA game at the end.
I just recently, a week ago, I hosted for this guy I'd never met before, and he's been in it for a while. He used to open up for Ralphie May and shit back in the day, and it was a spur-of-the-moment hosting spot I was given. And I did my normal material, but just the crowd was not with me, really. And, you
So
know,
what's that
I-
like when you tell a joke and it just doesn't hit? You just,
Oh yeah,
just gotta move on.
Fucking
sink
move
or
on.
swim. Yeah, I mean,
So
like you'll just say, oh well, I'll fucking never tell that again. Like, you say something like that just to kind of
Yeah.
redeem yourself
Just
and get
kinda
that
lighten
chuckle,
it. Yeah.
and then go into the next one.
now I've seen that you've done shows like when I first added you, you actually just went to Atlantic City.
Mm-hmm.
How like when I went and did open mics out in Vegas, like it was a completely different animal when it came to doing open mics here. How different was it out on the East?
So I can't really give that good of a judgment on that because I didn't do open mics. I made good friends with some headliners that actually come to Wiley's twice a year, and we just hit it off really well. And they run a club in the Tropicana Casino out there on the boardwalk. And they've came and stayed at my house before when they were coming here to do shows and did my show, and they just let me stay at their place out there, put me on their show at their club, which was a badass setup in this nightclub called Kiss Kiss in the Tropicana, and it's like this the stage is like a catwalk out from the bar. So you're literally on top of the bar, but it's like a finger coming off the bar, and there's stripper poles on each side, and like the background is a bunch of TV screens split up, but it's like one big picture. Like it's really dope. It's a really dope setup. And then we did a show in Jamaica, Queens, New York the next night in Saturday, and that was wild. I did not think I was going to fit in there at all.
Like I said, it's a completely different animal when you go to a different city, and like
the nerves are completely different.
It's like I was completely shot up there, and like it's just a different pace. Now there's a lot of people from Ohio out in Vegas though, so like like a lot of Midwesterners are out there. So I did get like some like laughs like for like regional things, but like everybody else is just like really up high speed, like on cocaine almost, out there.
Another thing I saw on your IG and your Facebook. Some fucking Bush Light pictures.
Oh yeah.
Some Christmas pictures.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Shirt
man.
off, pouring the beers.
Yeah.
What was that? We'll share them on our page. We gotta let people need to see those.
That's fair enough.
That's his intro, like for the show.
Yeah.
Wyatt.
Boom.
So what's the story behind those? Why'd you do that?
Man, just it was. I think
But it's fucking hilarious.
Christmas of 2019. I just got a spur up my ass to just do some funny Christmas pictures. And, like,
So you beat the beer calendar trend on TikTok.
yeah,
You
man.
did.
So
Yeah,
he did
definitely,
like by
yeah.
2
Well,
years.
I jumped on. I added the Bush Light shit, but like I had my beer and stuff in my picture, 2019 and 2020.
Yeah.
I had
I
one
was
like with some
cracking
horses
up.
and shit. It was wild.
Those are hilarious.
It was
dude.
wild. Yep. I had a fucking jock strap on and one carrying like a fake bag of fucking toys through the snow. Goodness. My dad.
I just keep picturing the pictures in my head. I'm like,
My
God
dad
damn it.
called me one day and was like, after I posted them, was like, "Hey man," he said, "a lot of the guys at work are talking about your pictures, thinking you're gay." He was like, "Can you make a post and just say it's just for fun?" I was like, "Dad, I'm not gay. Like I'm not worried about it. I don't care what people think." He's like, "I know, but." You still make a post and say, it was just for fun. And I finally did it and made it just like, "Hey, Dad, the pictures were for fun. Like, your son's not gay. Don't worry."
You just gotta say no homo after.
just Jesus Christ, it's 2021. I gotta tell everybody that.
Just for your dad and his older friends. He
Yeah.
just wants the clarification.
It was funny though.
Something that we want to start on the show with every guest that we have on the show. It's just some rapid fire questions, quick answers.
Just so you know, you're the first one.
You're the first one.
All right, busting that cherry. Let's do it.
All right, so they're gonna be easy. There's gonna be some random stuff in here.
Can I get another beer?
Yeah,
I'm
man,
sorry.
I got you, I
should've-
got
should've
you.
grabbed
No, get him a
two,
beer.
man.
Get him a
My
beer.
bad.
Couple.
Can't hear you, Connor. Or, I mean, Matt.
I was just telling Connor.
Oh no, people hear you. Matt needs a beer.
Thank you guys.
Wyatt wants Coors Light.
I'm cool with Bud Light. I don't work. Take one of each. You need one?
No, I'm good, man. I appreciate it. Good.
All right, let's hit these questions.
While we're waiting, tell us a joke. No, I'm just kidding.
So my dad started
You know
taking me
any
to a
good jokes?
whorehouse when I was 6.
You know any good jokes? All right, here we go. Rapid fire questions. We'll start doing this with every guest that we have on the show, and we'll see how it goes. All right, start easy. Coke or Pepsi?
Coke.
Coke. All right. Soda or you call it soda or pop?
Pop.
All right. LeBron or Jordan?
Jordan.
Jordan. Apple or Android?
Apple.
Favorite sports team?
The Reds.
There you go.
There we go.
What a guy.
Where was your first time?
Do what?
Your first.
My first time having sex on a
He
waterbed.
deflected
On a waterbed. Let's go. Favorite color?
Blue.
First time giving a blowjob.
Never.
All right, last one. Fuck one, kill it. Fuck, kill it, marry Oprah, Hillary Clinton, or Ellen DeGeneres. Fuck
Ooh.
one, kill one, marry one.
I'd fuck Ellen probably because she's pretty tight, I'd say. I'd definitely kill Clinton. I guess I'd marry old Oprah because she's rich.
There you go. I
There you
think you
go.
could go wrong with that combo right there. All right, that was a rapid fire questions. Tried to
dig
get
it,
tried to get you there in the middle.
You did. That was funny. I said, what the fuck?
He said first time he said, "Do what?"
All right, man. What's next? What's next for Wyatt Lutz? Upcoming events? Where's the career at right now?
I'm sure this will come out afterwards, but this weekend I'm hosting.
This is out Wednesday. We're out recording today, Monday. We'll be out. The show's out on Wednesday.
Oh, dope. Okay. Well, hell yeah. This weekend, Friday and Saturday, I'm doing my first featuring weekend at Wiley's for one of my best friends, Vince Morris. He's been doing this comedy thing for like 30 years, man, and he's been on HBO, Comedy Central, Def Comedy Jam. I mean, this dude's a fucking animal. When you said, like, you seen a couple of us at Advance, like, that was next level other than the other guys. This dude is just, you watch him and he's a magician. I've watched Vince a lot. I've watched him perform a lot, and he started to kind of take me out and take me under his wing with him a little bit. And I've watched him do several hours of comedy and maybe do the same jokes 2 or 3 times, like maybe like 2 jokes. He'll do a whole hour just riffing on the crowd. It's like, how do you do that, dude? And I got to ride back with him like, you motherfucker. But he's awesome. He's a great mentor and been such a great friend to me, man. And he's really helped me out kind of with writing some jokes and my confidence. And he's been a really good mentor for me. So this weekend I'm featuring for him Friday and Saturday, and I'm excited for it.
Wiley's Comedy Club?
Yeah, Wiley's Comedy Club.
Go check it out, guys.
We might try to come out.
If you need something to do, maybe we'll make some time. Get out there this weekend. But if you need something to do this weekend, Wiley's Comedy, go check out Wyatt. Yeah. Where can the people follow you?
Follow me at Wyatt Lutz Comedy on pretty much everything: TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat. My comedy page on Facebook is Wyatt Lutz Comedy. That's where I post. I don't do Twitter. I don't understand it and don't want to understand it. Just Facebook's mainly where I promote all my shows. I'm starting to get more into my Instagram and post more on it. I've just been lazy doing that. But yeah, I mean, I don't have anything coming up too soon right now other than them shows right now. But anything can pop
whatever
up,
you got on, whatever you post, we'll share. Make sure the people see it, and then hopefully we can be able to come out and check it out too.
Yeah, man.
All right, so we got the rest of the show to go still. You cool to hang out with us for a little bit?
Absolutely.
This is when we really just get random, shoot the shit. Everybody's got some topics they want to run through.
I like it.
I will start with Connor. Connor went to the Reds game yesterday. Obviously, if you're watching on the YouTube, if you've been listening, you see Connor's here, Zach's here, Drew's here, I'm here, Matt's here. Matt, welcome back from vacation.
Thank you.
Good to have you back.
Be back.
Yeah, about 2 weeks. We take a break, we come back for 2 or 3 shows, and then Matt's gone on vacation for 2 weeks.
It was a stressful 3 weeks. I needed 2 weeks vacation.
So it was hard work sitting there in that chair right there?
Hard work coming back.
Oh, I bet it was. 10 days down in Bama?
In Alabama.
On the beach?
On the beach.
I think like 4 or 5 times while you were gone, I said to Cody, I was like, oh, yeah, Matt's still in Florida. And he was like, oh, he's actually in Alabama. I was like, oh, okay.
It was only about 10 minutes away from Florida, but same thing.
You took a 10-day vacation.
I did. It was nice.
Time.
I want to do it again.
Like you said, my wife was like, man, Matt and Brooke been gone for a long time. I'm like, yeah, 10 days. 3 days later.
Yeah, 10 days.
Man, Matt and Brooke been gone for a long time. I'm like, yeah, 10 days.
It was a good time.
Good to have you back, man.
Thanks
good to
for
have
having
you
me
back. Connor, you went to the Reds game yesterday with Jordan.
Yeah, so
we can talk all the shit about Jordan. He's not here.
I'll try to run through it real quick. So it was supposed to be 5 of us. Our buddy from the military comes in from town. He's never been to a Reds game, so we're trying to plan to go to a Reds game with him, right? Supposed to meet here at 11.
Was it?
It's about 11:30.
Not
Dallas.
Not Dallas?
No. It's Dalton. I don't think you ever
No.
met him. Anyway, it's supposed to meet at my house at 11, and it's about 11:30, and he hasn't showed up yet. So we're calling him, and he finally answers. He goes, yeah, I've been puking for the last, 2 hours.
Jeez.
I'm not going to make it. So we're like, fuck. All right. So we rush down there. It's 45 minutes till first pitch. We decide to get some food at, what's that place called? Holy Grail.
Yeah.
Great place.
So we go over there. They say it's 30 minutes for food. So we sit down. Jordan just starts bashing beers. He downed 2 beers before I even drink one, which never happens. He's usually a sipper. So we have 3 or 4 there, head to the game. We watched maybe an inning in our seats. We sat in our seats, and it was hot as fuck. And, oh, yeah, this happened too. So
it's always good when you got to interrupt a story with another story.
We're in the front row, right? And it's me, Jordan, Colton, who's been on the show, and our buddy Big Dan. Big Dan has a short temper, right?
Big Dan.
Yeah. So he just got this new Reds jersey.
Nice.
We're sitting, this little kid behind us, spills his pop, splashes it all over Dan's shirt.
I just picture Big Dan standing up in the front row.
Well, he was quiet about it at first. I'm like, oh, what's going on? He was getting pissed. He's like, I just got a new Reds jersey. This fucking little kid behind me just spilled it all over me. And all of a sudden, like 4 seats down behind us, I hear his mom or his grandma talking to somebody. And they're like, well, if he's mad, he's a kid. He can't be getting mad at a kid. And I was like, well, you could have apologized. That would have been nice. Yeah. So that happened. Anyway, moving on. Back to Jordan. We decided to go down. We're standing behind home plate. We stand there for a little bit, bash a couple more beers. And we started talking like, all right, we get in a hotel. And we're like, whoa, you got to calm down, buddy. Colton's like, you know what? I'll buy a hotel right now. If Dan didn't have to be back to his girlfriend, we probably would have gotten a hotel. Anyway, we're walking back. I can't drive home,
hold on, update, mid-story here. We did get a Snapchat. Drew, did you see it? Matt, did you see it? Of Jordan's commentary. You guys were getting some strippers, I believe.
Oh, I missed that.
Jordan said it.
I don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
Jordan sent a Snapchat. Said you guys were getting some strippers.
That must have been somebody else you were following.
That's a likely story. He's like,
I don't know what you're talking about.
No idea.
What are
to be honest,
Damn it, Cody.
Anyway, we're walking back. We're trying to get back to the car. We decided Big Dan's going to drive because he only had a couple beers, and I couldn't drive. So we get in the car. Everything's good. We're put the car in reverse. We're backing up. I turn around and make sure we're not going to hit a car or anything. Jordan swings open the door as soon as we leave. And I don't think he puked, but he was like about to. So we get him back in the car. We get on the road. The whole way, he's hanging on to the emergency handle, whatever.
The shit bar.
He laid like this the entire way. And then halfway through the trip, I happen to look back and look at him. He goes right out the window.
Jeez.
Half of it
At
got
least
on
he
my
got
seat.
out of the window.
Well, half of it got on my seat. So I was pissed. I get a text from him today at like noon. He says, hey, man, did I throw up in your car? I was like, a little bit, yeah. And he goes, do I need to come clean it? I was like, nah, don't worry about it. I took care of it. And he goes, all right. I just woke up. I was like, shit, all right.
Why Jordan's
Rough
a different
day
breed.
for Jordan.
Different breed, that guy.
You know it's bad when you're like, when Connor has to say, like, we got the car in reverse and we started rolling back, making sure no cars behind us. Like
teamwork. It's a teamwork.
When you're 45 minutes from home, that's a bad situation to be in.
But I could see Jordan hitting on the strippers,
No,
being
Big
like,
Dan was good.
I could see
ahead.
Jordan hitting on the strippers, being like, yeah, it's a motorcycle, not a moped.
Yeah.
Oh, he doesn't even know.
Hold on. I'll find the picture. Talk about something for a minute while I pull up this picture.
All right, so
Ask
how
Wyatt.
this starts. Okay, so
Like,
Jordan
explain.
comes in with a helmet. I'm like, what the fuck you got a
Hold
helmet
on.
for?
I just want to preface this. You haven't met Jordan, but Jordan is a special little man.
I already said
He comes
that.
in with a helmet. I'm like, the fuck you got a helmet for? And he's like, I rode my bike. I'm like, since when did you get a bike? And he's like, my grandpa, something or other, whatever. He got a bike. And Cody comes walking in like 10 minutes later. He goes, whose fucking moped out front?
All right, Wyatt. Your biggest question that you've been asked with this entire podcast so far: moped or motorcycle? Motorcycle or moped?
That's a fucking moped.
Thank you.
Fucking scooter and
send that
ass.
to
Yeah.
Jordan.
It's
Thank
either
you.
a
So now he
moped
got
or a scooter.
perspective.
That's
He
not a
walked
motorcycle.
in with a helmet. I rode my bike in. And Zach's comment was, could you go to bike night with that and not get laughed at?
It's like him walking in, rode my own.
Yeah, and he's like, it's above a certain amount of cc, so it's declared a motorcycle. And I was like, I could put a Bugatti engine in my Jeep, and it's still a fucking Jeep.
The best part was we were out front. And I'm like, all right, Jordan, show me what your motorcycle does here. And he turns it on, he revs it up, and it's just not making any noise at all.
Yeah,
I thought it was
starts
electric
and
at
he looks
first.
at us and he's like,
It sounds like it was like
How's
literally
that?
sound like an electric. Like,
Let me
bike.
turn my hearing aid up.
I hear nothing, pal.
It's like Dumb and Dumber when he's like, this hog gets 50 miles to the gallon.
Speaking of that, I just watched, I can't believe I'm admitting this, but I spent like 45 minutes watching this video of these guys that really recreated that trip from like where they rode the moped all the way to Aspen, and they did it, and it took
on a
moped.
No shit.
They copied the moped like spec everything
hilarious.
and made the trip. It took like 6 days or something like
6
that.
days?
It was crazy. Max speed was like 32 miles an
Oh
hour.
my god, that would be brutal.
Oh, I'm sure people
And
on
then
the
they're-
road are ready to kill them.
They were going through like curvy mountain roads, and their
Oh,
brakes
shit.
they had no brakes.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, it was actually a really cool watch. Like, I ain't even gonna lie.
So I really wanted to talk about it, but Drew hasn't seen it yet. Connor hasn't seen it yet. I don't know if you guys have watched it yet, but the new
I'll
space.
bet money.
I
that
just
I've
watched it last
Oh,
night.
You watched the new
yes,
Space
Nah,
Jam?
I wasn't impressed.
Really? All right.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about the movie theater experience. I want to talk about the movie too, but we can't go too into detail.
don't talk
I mean, it's a
about the
kids movie. I'm not gonna spoil too much. It's a kids movie. Let's keep that in mind, Wyatt. It's a kids movie.
You're right. You're right.
It's a kid's movie, but he was the most excited to see it.
So my
seen.
son,
Cody
no,
hasn't
my
stopped fucking talking about it.
easy. My 4-year-old son is obsessed with Space Jam. The Friday night we went on Saturday. Friday night he watched the old Space Jam back to back 2 times in a row.
First time
On
I've seen
Friday
it
night.
actually that night.
Yeah, you did.
I've never seen it.
It's a great movie.
The old Space
Oh,
Jam.
yeah.
It's great. It's classic. I could literally watch it on repeat. It's just a kids movie. It's Looney Tunes. I mean, it is
Calm
what it
down
is.
over there.
Sprinkle a little R. Kelly in there too.
It's just the nostalgia, you know. But anyway, so the movie theater. We went to the movies. $8 during the daytime. Not bad. Can't complain.
Nice.
Large popcorn. Big ass popcorn. Only $6. Can't complain. Big ass slushy. $5. Can't beat it. The price. I mean, I thought the movie theater price.
Probably
I was
beat it.
expecting to spend a lot more, and it really wasn't that bad. We got in. You got the big luxury seats. But the movie, I thought it was great. That was a great movie.
Couldn't tell you.
Great movie. Me and Zach's the only one seen
I
it.
liked
Wyatt, you
it.
saw it.
The one issue that I had with it though is like I've noticed that somebody put it out there too. Is like they canceled Pepe Le Pew for like rape
Yeah.
culture or whatever the fuck that was.
Rape
And
culture.
Lola Bunny,
Yeah.
they made her flat chested.
Yeah.
Lola, I have that written down. I did a little Space Jam 2 movie review, but I can't
They
do it.
took
'cause
the
you guys haven't
boobies
seen it.
out?
Just a little bit. No,
You
I-
took a
no,
deep dive into Lola
not
being
even-
flat chested.
No, but Lola Bunny. Hey, Lola
I
Bunny
analyzed
was way,
the whole situation.
No, Lola Bunny way hotter in Space Jam
Yeah.
1 versus
Yeah.
Space Jam 2.
Yeah.
Right.
But
No,
it-
I liked the movie. It was good. It just like I went into it open, and I just thought it was a little drawn out. That's just all I like.
was.
the beginning,
It was a little long.
the beginning
It was
was
a
a little
little
bit of
long.
a slow burn.
Yeah, compared
but-
to the first one, I thought there was more scenes of just important shit happening.
They did jump into the Looney Tunes a lot faster in the first one than they
Yeah.
did the second one.
Yeah.
I had my 4-year-old son, so I'm sitting there like, all right, get to the cartoons. He's gonna start getting a little agitated here soon.
Did you
Bugs
pick up the
Bunny doesn't-
Chappelle references in there?
The Chappelle
There was
references?
2 of them. Yeah,
No.
Chappelle quotes, I should say. But what's the old woman's name with Tweety Bird's?
Granny?
Granny. She's when she like made a dunk or something. She said, "Game blouses."
Yeah,
Which
yeah. I,
is
see,
off the
I
Prince
heard
Which
that
is the
the second
Prince
time I
skit,
watched
yeah.
it.
And then Al G Rhythm,
Yeah.
the villain dude, he said, "King Kong ain't got shit on me," and that's what he says
Oh.
in
But he
Rick
says that-
James skit.
But
But that's
he
out of
says
Training
that-
Day too.
Yeah, he says that.
ain't
in
got
Training-
nothing on
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, I remember both of those, but I didn't pick up on it.
But the thing that I had an issue with is they canceled Pepe Le Pew on that, but in the background you see all the characters from A Clockwork Orange in it.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen A Clockwork Orange?
I don't think so.
Okay, well,
Never
I
heard of
thought
that.
that's okay. Well, it's a fucked up Stanley Kubrick movie from like the late '60s, early '70s, and they had like just like movie references everywhere, and they had them in there, and they're known to like they're a gang that pretty much like pillages and rapes other people and stuff, and like and they had them in Space Jam, but they cancel.
they had a lot
Pepe
of
Le Pew.
cameos.
Yeah, I
a lot
will give them that. They did a great job with all the Pennywise.
of, a lot of
was in it.
flexes from Warner Bros.
Yeah.
in the movie. They flexed hard, and it deserved. I mean, it was great. People talked about Braun's acting. It wasn't fantastic, but I mean, it's a kids movie.
Neither was
again.
Jordan's in the first
Jordan,
one.
yeah, Jordan wasn't the best actor, but it's a kids movie again.
Right.
And somebody dogged on they're trying to portray it as LeBron wrote the script and the storyline of it. I'm like, you can't not bash.
Definitely
They
not.
just want to bash LeBron for everything. You can't bash LeBron for the story. And
I
thought it
like
was a
that.
good
I
story.
didn't like
I'm
how they
good.
didn't use his real
Feel
kids
good,
though.
Father son
I
story.
figured it would have.
Yeah, they should have at least used his real kids.
But they
I
probably
remember
are
hearing
worse
about
actors than
Ronnie's
LeBron.
like-
I remember hearing about this movie coming out when I was in like middle school,
Yeah, say
like
a long
freshman
time
year
ago.
It's
at
been a
least.
long time.
Yeah.
It's been drawn out for
And
a
I'm
long
27. Like that was 2009. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
been a long time waiting for that to come out.
time. Who's gonna be Space Jam 3?
Nobody.
Zion.
Not
There'll
Kobe.
never be a basketball player big
Not
enough.
Kobe. Who said that? That was fucked up.
You said that?
Yeah.
I don't know you, dude.
What the fuck, Matt? That's like all you said all podcast.
I guarantee he's
Kobe.
not it.
Kobe. Come on, man.
If I was a betting
No,
man.
because I mean, if you think about it, so Jordan obviously is Jordan, and LeBron came into the league right at the very end of Jordan's career.
Did he?
I think
believe
Jordan
so.
was retired.
I don't think they ever played in the NBA at the
close.
same time.
No. Jordan was
I think he was
retired.
like
No.
literally the year after because he was playing with
2001,
the Wizards.
2002. He was with the Wizards in 01.
Yeah, so,
So
LeBron,
probably came in
03.
02, 03. So
Yeah.
you're probably right. So right after LeBron is retires.
Chug it. Save it.
But here's a question I got for you guys: if there was a football version,
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Yeah, that's
Fuck you
Not
guys.
even a
Ben
question.
Don't even ask the
Roethlisberger.
question.
Matt, shut up.
All right.
Yeah, you're right. They should make some type
All right,
of.
what about
special.
baseball?
Right now?
Griffey.
Mike
I
Trout.
guess all
No,
time.
right now.
said
though.
Mike Trout.
Currently in the league, Mike Trout would be good. That'd be
Or
a good one.
Tatis.
David
Jr.
Bell.
Joey
Tatis
Votto.
would be really good. But Tatis
Tatis
is so young though. He's
I was gonna say, there's
so
no
young.
way.
Mike Trout, that's a good one. I go with Mike Trout. I'm trying to think of an older, established guy that.
That's what I was trying to think of.
David Ortiz.
He
I
was
mean,
the most
He's
famous
retired
baseball
for like 3 years. dude.
Recently, though.
Not really.
Shut up,
though.
Matt.
He is. I mean, he got robbed in Jamaica, or wherever he
did
was.
get robbed in somewhere. Yeah, you're right.
This is weird, but we're talking about old baseball players. I've been hearing this weird Pandora commercial for like a furniture store around here, and it's this dude's name's Barry Larkin.
Yeah, he's
And, like,
huge in Cincinnati.
What do you mean?
Is it like the baseball player?
Yeah, Barry
Oh,
Larkin.
it is.
Yeah.
No shit. I didn't know it was still the same dude. I didn't
Said
know
his
it was
favorite
still the same
team's the Reds, and he's like, this dude, Barry Larkin.
I didn't think he'd be selling fucking furniture.
Yeah.
Well, he's so Barry Larkin is the
Play-by-play.
color
They
analyst
paid him to
for,
do
Okay.
for the
Yeah, I didn't
Reds
know that.
now. So he's
Dude,
doing.
I don't watch sports, but like if I had to go, I'm sticking home base. I mean, since
There you go. But yeah, definitely probably Barry Larkin. He's in the TV world now for sure. But yeah, this guy named Barry Larkin.
Trying to sell me a fucking couch.
I remember Barry Larkin very well. I just didn't know if it was like some white dude named Barry Larkin selling
They found some
recliners.
bootleg Barry
Down at
Larkin.
Payless
Like,
Furniture.
hey, your name's Barry Larkin. Like,
Can
We're gonna have to replay all of us looking at you after you said this dude Barry Larkin.
That would definitely be some shit that they would do though on TV. Hey, speaking of sports though, we're 17 days away from the Hall of
17?
Fame. 17 days away from the Hall of Fame game, preseason week 1, Cowboys.
Steelers.
hey, Joey B's running the league this year, boys.
Shut your mouth.
Joey
Can
B.
we, before we get into football though, can we go back to baseball?
Yeah, go
Did
ahead.
you guys watch the home run derby?
Yeah.
It was awful.
What did you
One
think of
of
it?
them.
It's awful.
The production from ESPN was not great.
It was probably the worst home run derby I've ever.
It could have
It was
been
awful.
Video wise,
video. Not the players and the home runs.
Yeah.
I mean, they were hitting bombs. That was great. But the production of ESPN with the 2 cameras and the
Yeah, you
just
couldn't keep
pitch
track
after
of the
pitch
ball.
after
Yeah,
pitch after pitch, and you couldn't see if it was gone. You couldn't. I always like watching those little kids in the outfield
I know.
catching balls, tripping over each other, but you couldn't do it. There's just pitch after pitch, and they had the 2 side-by-side cameras. You couldn't pay attention to really what was going on. It was moving too fast, and the camera work from ESPN, it was not.
And
a
they
great
way
production.
overhyped Shohei Ohtani.
I mean, he hit 31 bombs in the first. It was a
I know,
tiebreaker.
but then he goes out to
He
meatballs.
lost a
and
tiebreaker in the first round. He got put
His
out.
first 10 pitches, he hit like little dinkers to first base.
what's the hype around him anyway? Just that he's
He's
a
a
pitcher that can
pitcher.
hit.
He's the best pitcher and hitter in the American League.
He
Both.
has the most home runs in all of baseball.
See, I didn't know that.
He's on the mound tonight as a starting pitcher with a sub-3 ERA.
So how often is he hitting though?
He's
Every
Just
day.
the nights he
He's-
pitches, or
He's only pitching tonight, and then tomorrow he's DH.
But I'm
The
pretty
dude
sure
does
I'm pretty
not
sure
do
he,
any batting practice either.
I'm pretty
None.
sure he DHs when he pitches, doesn't he?
I saw their card today, and he's not on the lineup. He's only pitching.
I know
today.
every now and again he will DH
Yeah,
and pitch
absolutely.
at the same time.
see, I didn't
And
know
he plays
was.
outfield too. He literally plays outfield. He'll pitch, and
So he's a good
got
pitcher, too?
33 home runs. He's got a 2.
He started the
ERA.
All-Star game, numero uno pitcher
Yeah, he only
in the AL.
Played like 8 pitches, right?
He's the first player to ever start as a pitcher in the All-Star game and bat leadoff.
All right.
He's doing stuff Babe Ruth didn't even do.
He's a lot older than I thought he was.
Yeah, he's like 26 or 27.
He's up there. Yeah, I thought he was only like.
The only thing I saw was he was like playing with the ball in the dugout.
he's something. We'll see if he can keep it up though. That'll be interesting to see where he's at 5 years from now. I don't think he pitches his whole career. But back to football.
Yeah, go ahead.
17
Sorry.
days away from football. Steelers, Cowboys.
Fuck the
Hall of Fame
Pittsburgh
game.
Steelers.
Fuck the Steelers. You
Fuck
said
you
you weren't a big
guys.
sports fan. You watch any football?
I mean, not honestly, no. I mean,
Honestly,
That's all right.
I'll be honest. I'll watch like UFC and shit, but like if a game's on, I'll watch it. But I'm not like a fan.
But you're
of it.
definitely tuning into the NBA Finals tomorrow, right?
Sure.
I thought they
I
were
don't
over.
think any of us
It'll
are
probably
watching
be
that.
just you, Cody.
I was gonna say,
Not
no,
legit. One of the only sports things like I always tuned in for was the slam dunk contest. Like as a kid
yeah,
in February.
I agree.
'Cause that
But
was
now none
always
of the
dope.
stars
Yeah, do they
compete
even do that
anymore.
anymore?
Oh yeah, they still do
I know,
it,
it's
but
like-
none of the stars do it.
It's
It's like the rookies.
yeah, it's like Larry Gibbs Jr. and you're like, who the fuck even
Yeah.
is this guy?
Just some random guy that jumps 7 feet in the air. But I know I'm super pumped for football season. I sent a text in the group chat last week. I was just driving, thinking about it. Like, man, how far away is football season? It was like, damn. Training camp 2 weeks from last week. Steelers start this week. Training camp. Preseason's right around the corner. Before you know, Ohio State's going to be playing. Ohio State. I talked to Drew. Ohio State opens on a Thursday this year.
Yeah.
That's weird.
so we'll be
but
taking
we're-
that Friday off and
We're
getting
literally
hammered.
we're getting close to football.
I grew up with a guy, a real good friend of mine, him and his brother, and he played for a while for Indiana Hoosiers in college, and then just got drafted, I think, 2 years ago now to the Washington Redskins.
Brooks'
now.
cousin.
Washington football team. But yeah, he starts for them. He's played. He started with them like the last 2 years now in the NFL.
Is his name
Wes Martin?
Martin.
Yeah,
That's
Big
his
Wes.
cousin.
No
Not
shit.
my,
His
not
wife's
my
cousin.
cousin, my fiance's cousin.
Bailey.
Same thing.
Right?
Brooke.
I don't know. You're okay.
You just
I'm thinking-
outed your boy. You said-
No, I'm thinking of his wife. You're related through your fiance?
Yeah, through
Okay.
Philip and all them.
Yeah.
Campbell.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know
Nice.
Philip?
Yeah, I know Philip.
the
Me and
hell's
Philip
a
go
small
way back.
world?
Yeah, well, they're all from West
You
Milton.
look really familiar. I've been trying to think what your last name is. for-
Randolph.
Matt Randolph.
He's a cop.
yeah.
He's
No,
He's a fucking fudge.
Watch your
dude.
mouth. He's a cop. Yeah. But no, that's a small world. Yeah, Wes, my dad. There's pictures of him holding him in diapers. We've
Yeah.
been friends with
That's
that
crazy,
family
dude.
forever.
Small fucking world. But
So UFC, he said UFC. Let's go. What's
Oh,
your
dude.
opinion on the McGregor-Poirier fight?
Man, I love Conor. I love Conor a lot. I just don't think he has the drive that
No.
he used to.
No, he-
That's
I
that's
was
what-
really rooting for him to win that fight.
Everybody says like, oh, he broke his leg, then he need another one.
He was
Poirier
getting-
was beating the
yeah,
shit out of
he
him
was
well
getting
before
demolished
the
for it.
He would have got knocked out next
They
round.
both
Yeah.
had good shots in, but Poirier was definitely winning that round.
Like,
Yeah.
I get what McGregor tried to do. He tried to get him the guillotine because even Poirier said, like, did not expect that. But once it failed, he was screwed.
Them leg kicks were working too, though,
Yeah.
for a
Yeah.
minute. Them were some hard motherfuckers.
And then McGregor's like, Dana knew I had stress fractures. It's like, then why the fuck are you kicking him in the leg over and over again?
what about that Sean O'Malley fight?
Oh,
that was
man.
bullshit.
I love Sean
Dude,
Schumer.
How it
I
was
like it.
stopped, though, that dude
Yeah.
deserved to
I
go
agree.
to the end.
Yeah, 100%.
He got his ass beat and
That-
stood there.
A record amount
Yeah.
of
He
hits to the head.
deserved to go to
Afterwards-
it was like
I
for
can't-
their
I
weight
can't
class.
think of his name that
I
fought
can't
that
either.
night, but he said on the Pat McAfee show, he said, I've fought bigger guys than Sugar Sean on a regular basis and sparring and fighting in his past. Like, he can take the beating. Like
He was just like a Terminator,
guy
though. He
that
just
was.
kept on.
He
He
just
just
kept
kept on
getting
going
back
He was
forward.
like
forward.
a fucking robot, dude.
Yeah.
He stood there and just ate it, punch after punch.
Yeah.
dude. But you guys talked about McGregor real quick. Conor, I saw this today, and you guys were kind of dogging on him a little bit there. So McGregor posted today. He said, I wipe my rich ass with your feelings about my work. I feel nothing for you bums.
The best is he got his ass beat. Then he's like, your wife's in my DMs. Tell her to bring her fat ass to the club.
DMs, man.
Something about bringing her fat ass to the club afterwards and the after party. I'm like, this
Hey,
dude
he's
is
a
a
different
goon.
fucking breed, dude.
He's a
He is
nut.
different
He really is.
Yeah, he's a goon,
He
dude.
really is.
I thought it was fucking hilarious. Just Rogan plopping up right behind him, hand on his shoulder. So you just got your ass whooped, broke your ankle.
Just sitting on the ground next to him. Like, that's got to be the first time that Rogan's got on the ground. Maybe not, but
Did he say anything for him?
Do what?
Did he give him any
Yeah.
comment?
Oh yeah.
Rogan's going to do what he has to do to
Absolutely.
get
That's
his
when-
interview.
that's-
He
so
said your
McGregor-
wife's in my fucking DMs.
Oh, that's when he said that.
McGregor's
All right.
on the ground with a broken leg. And Joe Rogan
And they're in the
sits
middle
down
of
on the
putting
mat
a
next
splint
to him
on it.
and puts the mic in his face, and he's like, "Connor, I know that's not how you want it in, but what are your thoughts on the fight?" And he's like, "Fuck him, fuck him, we're gonna fight again." And talk about his
Great
wife.
accent.
Fucking thank you.
Spot on.
But no, that was an epic UFC moment for sure. But it sucks how it ends.
That whole card was awesome.
The whole
this
card
last
was
time.
Oh,
That-
I mean, up until the Connor fight is fucking phenomenal.
yeah.
You guys got anything else?
You
Oh.
doing get it off your chest? Is that what
I mean, I didn't write anything down because I knew we were having Wyatt on. But
I
mean,
have
if you got something.
if you guys want to go real quick.
So something what we do, Wyatt, to open the show is what we normally do is we just kind of go around the room, let everybody get something off their chest from the week
Something
that
that's
was.
been pissing you off.
Connor's
Well,
always
actually,
got something.
it's
So
all-
this does piss me
Something about
off, but
driving.
at
Road
the same
rage.
time, it benefited me.
Connor did
so
have road rage
it's a
like
win-win.
3 podcasts in a row.
There's something about that too. About
Jesus.
some road rage.
4 weeks in a row.
All right,
whole
so
month of rage.
so last week for lunch, I went to Buffalo Wild Wings. Right,
Okay. B-dubs.
I'm
First
sitting
mistake.
there. You know, I'm by myself. I order my food. I'm waiting. See, they got trivia up on the screen. I'm like, you know what? I'll play along mentally, right? So I'm playing. I watch about 3 games. They're short, like 5 questions, right? Every single fucking answer is C.
That's what they said in high school.
single
That's what, I mean, I think
answer.
it's like elementary
I
school.
watched 3 games. I'm like, every single answer is 3. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna fucking sign in. I'm gonna play this shit. I fucking ran the table,
Dude,
bro.
I swear
Ran
that I
the
don't remember
table.
the teacher. I don't remember the class, but at some point in my school career, a teacher told me on a test, if you don't know the answer, just put C.
Well, this ain't about you right now.
I'm just saying.
No, but I ended up signing up and I won by like a couple hundred or so points.
Hell yeah.
What'd you win?
You went back to work feeling real good.
I mean,
didn't you?
I didn't win anything, but I walked out there knowing I had the biggest dick in the room.
Swinging back and forth.
Fucking
Slap
I'm the smartest motherfucker in this Kettering B-dubs.
Bruising my kneecaps over here.
You got some road rage too, Connor?
No, so this is kind of the resolution to the whole thing, full saga, right? So I had to buy a Tesla because Tesla just announced that if you like Tesla to Tesla, you're driving on the road, it's gonna work like you can communicate with each other.
Like a
So,
message board.
Yeah, but I can like talk in my car and somebody in the other Tesla can hear it. So now I can yell at fucking Karen when she's going 20 and a 35. Tell her to get the fuck off the street, you know?
But that's if she has a Tesla.
Yeah.
I don't see
Everybody's
many
got-
But where
Teslas.
Connor works, they probably got Teslas. Though.
I see a lot of Teslas.
Yeah, where Connor works, they probably got a cut Tesla. Or
A lot of
two.
Karens and Teslas.
A lot of Karens where Connor works too. That's all I got. You guys got anything else?
I got one more thing.
Go ahead.
Your boy Dwayne Haskins hasn't been having a good couple of weeks.
He's just missing a tooth.
Yeah,
good.
he
Got his ass beat
he
by
got
his
his
wife.
ass beat by his
You can't buy
wife,
a woman.
knocked his tooth
At
out,
least he didn't punch
and
back.
Yeah, he
That's
recently,
absolutely
recently in the
respect that he
last
didn't.
couple of days, this came out that he had asked an Instagram model that he had bought $20 worth of shit for to return all the gifts.
Not $20.
I was gonna say, I mean,
20,000.
Oh, I was about to say what?
20,000. Yeah, my bad. $20,000 worth of gifts.
That's probably his wife sending that DM. I'd probably return it. 'Cause she'll beat your ass.
It was
knock your
it was
tooth out,
actually
too.
it was actually like a big long thing that he had wrote saying I need that money back to give it back to my family that's struggling, this, that, and the other, blah blah blah.
Stop it! You're an NFL quarterback. Nobody in your family's struggling. Relax.
he's
bro.
trash. He did
Shouldn't have given the
tweet that
gifts anyway.
he has all his teeth. And,
So he had surgery.
yeah, everyone was like, "Man, you must go into a good dental group." But, I don't know.
The Pittsburgh
Like,
Steelers.
I don't like anything about
Just
the guy.
think, like my wife, like she could never hit me hard enough to knock my teeth out. Not a chance. Like he's dealing with some hood ass shit for her to just rock his shit hard enough to knock a tooth out.
Jimmy Chris.
In Vegas.
Fuck you say? Wow.
I'm into it. I tell her to hit me fucking harder.
All right, calm down, Trevor Bauer.
I think
thought
no.
he was-
I'm really attracted to black women just because of that confidence right there. Like, I could get my ass beat. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Keep you on your toes.
she is not scared to whoop my ass.
You're not the first white guy to say that in the past like month to
I
me.
believe it.
We do live in Dayton. So, you know.
Yeah, that's
What's that mean?
You know what it means. That's the end of the show. Thanks for listening. Shout out to Wyatt for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate you. You're
Hey
a
guys,
funny
thanks,
fucking dude.
thanks for
dude.
having me. I've had a fucking blast for real. I want to come back.
Yeah,
Better than your
For
dorm
sure.
room experience.
I don't know.
I
don't know.
About 3 naked midgets are gonna cry out the table.
Hey, that's the only way you could top
I just
that.
had a dream about 3 naked midgets.
We haven't even taken you in the house yet.
Oh, God. That's where they're at.
at Wyatt Lutz Comedy.
Yeah, at Wyatt Lutz Comedy. Yeah, come catch a show, guys.
This
check me
Friday,
out.
the
Yeah.
23rd, the 24th.
Yeah, yeah.
Wiley's Comedy Club, downtown Dayton. Go check him out. Make sure you follow him because like I said, he's a funny dude. Check out his IG. The bush light, the Christmas pictures, fucking hilarious. We'll share those. Don't worry.
And I want to fucking make that merch, man. I feel like I put it on. Someone put it on a T-shirt for me and sent it to me, and it looked so badass. But like, I don't want to get locked up for selling some
Something that has bush
logo.
light on it.
That's true.
I thought about saying, I don't have shirts for sale, but I will for a $20 tip for my performance.
There
Give
you
you a
go.
free shirt. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
That's
man.
ways
All
to
right.
work it.
At Cavemen Media, subscribe, rate, review. Make sure you follow Facebook. Some new card breaks coming from Zach soon in the near future. Make sure you tweet, message Jordan and Jake. Give them a hard time for not being here.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck them. Matt, you can't talk shit. You ain't been here for like 2 weeks.
I don't even know them and fuck them.
Yeah, there you go. Fuck them. There you go. Follow me at Sports at Ohio, at Real Connor Dre, at Matt the Popo, at Hude Drew, at Dam Van Zach.
Caveman Zach.
He
now.
changed
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right. I'm
What?
sorry. Caveman Zach. Excuse me.
Unga bunga.
He got traded.
I'm the only one that
got
looks like a
traded.
caveman in the group, so I had to do it.
Have a good week. Stay safe. ELE.
Everybody love everybody.
Connor, play some music.